about to launch from the shadows like a lion on the grind coming at you. I'm a menace for the vengeance, so relentless. Hope you ready, cause I'm here to battle. Keeping me awake to the late night. Thinking about a wrong, I'ma make right. When you see me, better take flight. Venom in my veins and I'm all out of play nice. And it's bygone to the bygones. Ain't no turning back when the fight's on. When you see the white in my eyes, better run, better hide. No surviving what I'm on. I ain't here to play around. If I were you, I would run right now. Make your feet bang, bang on the ground. Cause I'ma hunt you down, down, down. I'ma hunt you down. I'ma hunt you down, down, down. Yeah, cause I'ma hunt you down. I'ma hunt you down, down, down.
Or a lot. Check, 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 1, 2, check, 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 1, 2. Is that better? Can you hear me a bit more clearly now, hopefully? But we are jumping straight into the action as always and making history straight out here rather than women's CMV. Making history very first countdown. What about now? Can you hear me now? Is that better? Check, check, check. How's that? But we are indeed still not good enough. Jeez Louise. No. What about that? Is that better for your fragile little ears? The action gets underway. The bell has rung, guys, and yes, it is the women's tug of war match getting us started here at Validation. Well, as you can see, Riley Van Wilson and Ashley Riot getting things started is Team Keo, Team Ellie Quinn, 4v4. And if you don't know how a tug of war match works, it's essentially a gauntlet match. Two sides, as you can see in the ring, two individuals start the match. Once one superstar is eliminated, they will be replaced by a teammate. That continues until one team has been entirely eliminated. Of course, you can be eliminated by pinfall, by submission, by countout, or by disqualification. This is the very first time ever that the women of CMV are participating in a tug of war match. It's gonna be the rivals, Ashley Riot and Riley Van Wilson, kicking things off for their respective teams. Ashley Riot, who had attack on Australia disgustingly, potentially ended the career of Xiaorong. the I Quit match, which Ashley Riot won after Riley Van Wilson threw in the towel for her tag team partner, for her best friend, but Ashley Riot still, even after the fact, hitting that pile driver off the apron, down onto the outside, down onto the floor, and taking Xiaorong out of action, perhaps, guys, permanently. Riley Van Wilson has vowed payback, has vowed to get revenge, has vowed to put Ashley Riot down, like Ashley Riot put Xiaorong down at Attack on Australia, the two sharing a bit of an intense stare down. The team captains, Ellie Quinn, Keo, in the back. Of course, it's up to them who enters when. I think they both knew what they were doing, having Ashley Riot and Riley Van Wilson get things started here. What a show we have in store, though, guys. Truly a historic event where, indeed, it's not hyperbole. The very future CMV hanging in the balance. Our main event, of course, the tug-of-war match between Team Jackson Wright and Team Madison Wright, brother versus sister. In the middle, we've got Bison, the men's Royal Rumble match winner, challenging Chris Diamond for the Undisputable Heavyweight Championship. We've got Tora Troy Evans in the building, ready to make her in-ring debut as she takes on Amber Reed, a longtime rival, and of course, Ari Lee, the women's Royal Rumble match winner. Challenge Ashley Rain for the Women's World Championship as Riley Van Wilson might score the first elimination here for Team Keo. Unable to do so, although a close call after that diving crossbody. These two definitely didn't waste any time. No collar, no tie-up, no mat wrestling there. Just beating the hell out of each other. Kick to the shoulder, and we know what Riley Van Wilson will look to follow that up with. The cross armbar of hers, but Riot taking a bite out of Wilson's forehead. And right into maybe the defeat. No, instead a Pele kick to the bicep. As Riot now throwing RBW down to the outside, gonna stay on top of her though. Stiff kick to the back. Countouts are in effect, as are disqualifications. Riot currently just grabbing RBW by the head, almost throwing her down onto that concrete floor right there at the end of the ramp before the mats begin. There's that little bit of exposed concrete, and I think RBW might have gotten a taste of it there. Riot is losing her mind. What the hell? The Deathmatch Empress, as she has been calling herself ever since what she did to Xiaorong in Attack on Australia, just rubbing salt into the wound. And now these two fighting up the ramp. They have just completely abandoned the ring at this point. These two arch rivals at each other's throats over the past month or so. Wilson fighting back to a couple of kicks to the face. Those bare feet of Riley Van Wilson. Imagine getting a toenail in the eye. And further up the ramp we go. Where are these two going, guys? Meanwhile, remember that these two are in danger of being counted out, but I don't think either of them care at this point. The hatred that they have for each other just boiling over here at the top of validation. And Riley Van Wilson with an elbow drop across the chest. If I'm Ellie Quinn, if I'm Keo right now, I gotta be pulling my hair out. But what did they think was gonna happen when they put these two against each other to kick off the women's tug of war? They have completely forgotten about the match itself, and they are just beating the absolute hell of each other. Now we're up on the stage. Now we're all the way up onto the stage. The referee continuing to count, guys. You have the spotlight beaming down on RBW. You can barely see her as she throws Riot down onto the steel floor here, guys. We're almost up to the 10 count here. I think we're gonna have a double count. I think we're about to have a double elimination, and neither of these women care. Yes, it's a double elimination. Double count out. That means both Ashley Riot and Riley Van Wilson have been eliminated from the women's tug-of-war match, guys. Now being dragged off to the back by security before they can kill each other here in front of this Las Vegas crowd, guys, as the tug-of-war match continues. So it's still all tied up. Now it's 3-3. That's a first. Both Ashley Wright and Riley Van Wilson just forgetting where they were, because that's how intense, that's how palpable things are between them at this point. But now Isabella Almas going to take up the mantle for Team Ellie Quinn here, the former women's hardcore champion, making her way to the ring. And again, if you're the captains, if you're Kia or Ellie Quinn, you can't be too excited about how this matchup just got underway, but at least it is still all tied up. It's still 3-3. We're going to find out who Isabella Almas is going to be taking on from Team Ellie Quinn here. Almas, of course, I'm sure, would relish in the opportunity to get hands on Maggie Shaw, but it looks like she's going to be tangling with the former women's world champion, former women's tag team champion, who of course returned to the women's Royal Rumble match back in Mob Violence. Nova has been super impressive over the last couple of weeks. A win against Violet Evans, and of course, on this past episode of Shockwave, Nova and Riley Van Wilson knocking off the team of Violet Evans and Ashley Wright, picking up some momentum for Team Keo. Isabella Almas and Nova hopefully not going to follow up on Ashley Wright and Riley Van Wilson on what they just did. Keo and Ellie Quinn are certainly hoping so. Here we go, the women's tug-of-war match, guys, and this really has been, I said it before, I'll say it again, the season of the women here in CMV. They have come into their own. The division popping hotter than maybe it has ever been. Match of the night after match of the night, banger after banger. We've seen some great new stars come to the forefront of the women's division. Now here they are towards the end of this season. Only a little over a month left before we begin a whole new season pretty soon. And they are competing in the very first ever women's tug-of-war match as Nova goes right after Isabella Almas, snap there, leading into a drop kick directly to the face. There's a stomp to the bicep now as Nova goes up to the top rope, going to do what she does best. Going to take to the air. Bad news for Isabella Almas, able to avoid that missile drop kick though, pulls her up into a powerbomb, but Nova counters, rolling Almas up. And can you imagine she's able to eliminate her that easily? But no such luck for Kia, who I'm sure is on the edge of her seat, sitting in the back right now. Ellie Quinn probably in the boiler room or something, beating the hell out of some poor, backstage worker with her new manager, Danielle Reed, after what they did to Zach Cage only a few nights ago. Absolutely sickening. Elbow to the jaw. Into the collar. Nova type doesn't last long though, as Almas going to try and drag Nova over to the ropes. Nova though with some elbows to the midsection, able to set herself free, but continuing to battle back, spinning soul kick, and now Almas going up to the top rope. She's a frequent flyer as well. Could be looking for that imploding Phoenix splash of hers. But no, waits for Nova to get to her feet. Oh, nice! Ring around the rosy there, flattening Nova, and goes right into that funky leg drop. Not good news for Nova. Isabella Almas firmly in control right now as she drops into a last chancery. Submission applied by Isabella Almas. This has really been a great season for Isabella Almas, guys, who, let's remember, before the start of this season, won that newcomers tournament to earn a contract. She and Andre Rogers. Andre Rogers also having a great season. Oh, vintage Nova with the leg drop bulldog. And Isabella Almas could be saying goodnight right here, right now. No, only a 2.999. Nearly giving Team Keo the advantage. Nova not finished though, bring Almas to her feet. Looking for some Novocaine. Knee to the jaw. 1, 2, 3. Oh, wait a minute, not a 3 count. Unbelievably. I thought for sure Almas was dead to rights there, but no, the former women's hardcore champion fighting her way back into the driver's seat. Nova trying to stop that from happening. Floats over into a DDT. Able to maintain the upper hand. But Isabella Almas a wily one. As Nova now goes up to the top rope again. What could she be looking for this time? Maybe another missile dropkick, looking to actually hit it this time. Oh no, but she misses! Almas still sleeping on her feet though, allows Nova to throw her down to the outside. Uh-oh. Nova not looking to join Almas at ringside. Oh, just as I say that though. Gonna get a repeat of what just happened between Ashley Riot and RBW. Damn, dropping Nova almost face first onto the steel steps. Now from the fireman's carry position, trying to blind Nova with these snake eyes. Almost grabbing Nova by the hair, throws her back into the ring when Almas has control. She is one dangerous individual going into the corner, and she's tuning up the band. We know for what? Sweet chin music! Not going for the pin, though. Looks like she wants to make sure the job is done. Wait, no way! Is she gonna finally master the wins or not? Yes, Almas has been working tirelessly for weeks. The wins or not! Followed up by the kick to the bum. 1, 2, 3! Isabella Almas has eliminated Nova with the wins or not. And that means that Team Ellie Quinn takes the lead, my friends. Isabella Almas knocking off Nova here. Weeks and weeks she has spent training with Amare Rivers to master the Windsor knot after being embarrassed by Mina. And it pays off here tonight at Validation as Isabella Almas takes out Nova. Huge elimination. Now who's gonna rush down to the ring? Will it be Maggie Shaw, or will Keo take the lead? This is not over yet. Ellie Quinn and her team have the advantage, 3-2, but it looks like it is going to be Maggie Shaw and Isabella Almas, and Maggie Shaw for that matter, have been waiting for this. A chance to get their hands on each other once again. The second generation superstar guys, and Maggie Shaw coming off a huge win against Ellie Quinn a couple of nights ago on Octane. Some more big momentum for Team Keo coming into Validation here. It's been a so-so season for Maggie Shaw. Of course, she debuted towards the end of last season, but did challenge for the Women's World Championship at one point this season, though looking to end the season, guys, with a bang. On a strong note, by helping Team Keo to victory here at Validation. Here we go, Isabella Almas given only a minute or so to catch her breath. That's what tug of war is all about, man. More important than anything else is that cardio, your willingness to go all night long if you have to. You really got to have that heart, man, to compete in a matchup like the tug of war. Maggie Shaw going to go right after Isabella Almas with some elbows in the corner. Shaw obviously nice and fresh. So this means that Keo, guys, is going to enter last for her team. That's if she has to enter at all. Hey, Maggie Shaw could end up eliminating Isabella Almas, Violet Evans, and Ellie Quinn all by herself. It's possible. Anything is. Of course, it could go the other way. Isabella Almas, after eliminating Nova, could eliminate Maggie Shaw and then could eliminate Keo. Violet Evans and Ellie Quinn would have a very easy night, that's for sure. Almas goes into a modified STF. Not going to do her much good at ringside, of course. It's not falls count anywhere in the tug of war match. You can only eliminate someone by pinfall or submission in the ring, of course, or by count out or disqualification, as we saw at the top of this tug of war match with Ashley Riot and RBW. Both getting counted out. It was a double elimination, which hasn't happened, guys, since the very first tug of war match years and years and years ago. Maggie Shaw going to lift Isabella Almas up to her feet. Of course, there haven't been a lot of tug of war matches, period, throughout CMV's history. Off the top of my head, I think maybe 5. This might be the 6th. I'm no historian, though. We know that my memory is far from great. Look at this, Poe telling Isabella Almas to get back into the ring, but Almas going to instead mock Maggie Shaw, and that is pretty impressive, that handstand there. Maggie Shaw doesn't seem all that impressed, though. Oh, and now going to drop her throat first onto the top rope. The dastardly Isabella Almas trying to give herself an advantage for getting back into the ring, and it does work for her. Set Maggie Shaw up, blasting her into the corner, drop kick to the chest and the back of Maggie's head, smacking off that middle turnbuckle 2 from Brett's rope. Could have missed whatever she was looking for there, though. Maggie Shaw trying to take the bull by the horns, if you will. Running power slam, Isabella Almas. We've talked about it in the past many times. You take a look at her, you might not expect her to be as powerful as she is. But she really is maybe the powerhouse of the women's division. Of course, that might change later on tonight when Tora Troy Evans makes her in-ring debut. From what I've seen from Tora Troy Evans, Isabella Almas targeting the ropes there from those ropes pissing her off. Now I'm going to fire off a beautiful combination. Ellie Quinn got to be real happy, if she can be happy anymore. Watching from the back, her team taking the lead. It is now 3-2. Kio, meanwhile, probably biting her fingernails, hoping and praying Maggie Shaw can even things up again. Some more power showcase by Isabella Almas going to the corner. Guys, she's tuning up the band again. She's looking for that sweet chin music. On the mark, no, Maggie Shaw able to avoid it. Shaw trying to grab Almas by the hair, maybe looking for that punch right between the eyes, but instead Almas with the hook and ladder. Maggie Shaw, a taste of the canvas, going after the knees. Isabella Almas expanding her target area. Great reversal by Almas, using Shaw's own momentum against her in that instance. Bangarang. Stomp to the face before pulling her up to her feet. Isabella Almas going to go for the midsection. Just absolutely lighting Maggie Shaw up right now. Kicks out the knee, and we've seen this time and time again from Isabella Almas. It never gets less impressive, though. Backflip into a German suplex. Will that lead to another elimination? Will Ellie Quinn be jumping out of her seat in a minute? No. 2.999. Almas not happy about that, arguing with Poe. Poor Poe, of course, just a couple minutes ago on Ignition, getting knocked out by Joy Justice, but he's a trooper. He is here tonight to call the action as Almas looks for sweet chip music again, and this time it connects. But again, Almas looking to make sure Maggie Shaw stays down. The imploding Phoenix splash connecting perfectly. 1, 2, 3, and Isabella Almas, guys, has scored another elimination, and that means it is now 3-1. There is only one remaining member of Team Kio, and it's the woman herself. Isabella Almas eliminating both Nova and now Maggie Shaw. What a performance by the former Women's Hardcore Champion here at Validation, and Kio has got to be worried at this point, guys. I'm not going to say it's impossible. It's been done before. But Kio has certainly got the deck stacked against her here. It is 3-1. And Ellie Quinn, along with Danielle Reed, they've got to be smiling from ear to ear in the back right now. Again, this matchup is far from over, as Kio is certainly in for the fight of her life. But a fight that she is willing to bring to the table here at Validation. Can it be done, though? Former Women's World Champion facing a mountain. Can she overcome it? Isabella Almas eliminating Nova and Maggie Shaw. This means that Keo, if she wants to leave Validation victorious, she's going to have to eliminate Isabella Almas. She's going to have to eliminate Violet Evans. And she's going to have to eliminate Ellie Quinn. Let's see if she can at least take out the MVP of this matchup so far in Isabella Almas. Poe rings that bell. Here we go. Keo gonna want to try and put Almas away as quickly as she can. Up to the top rope she goes after hitting that half Nelson suplex. Waiting for Almas to get to her feet. Let's remember, Almas has gone through 2 matches. Oh, misses the double axe handle. That's not how Keo wanted to kick off here. Gonna make up for it, putting Almas up against the ropes. Bit of back and forth forearm smash to the middle of the back. We're gonna have to give Almas her flowers, man, if she takes out Keo here. And Violet Evans and Ellie Quinn with their feet kicked up in the back right now. Might not even have to lift a finger here at Validation. Scoring a big win. Rolling neck snap and a kick to the back of the knee. But I'll say this, if there's anyone that I think can do it, hang on a second, figure 4 leg lock here by Keo, but Isabella almost quick to reverse the momentum, and now it's Keo who's in a world of pain. Doesn't last too long. Both women back to their feet. I was gonna say though, if there's one woman in this division that I believe potentially could overcome these odds, who could make this comeback 3-1, I put my money on Keo. Dropped back first onto the apron though. Now look at this, Isabella almost gonna show off a little bit, proud of her handiwork thus far, and hey, she deserves to be. You know, Isabella Almas and Ellie Quinn, they have a bit of history with one another, feuding early on this season, but Ellie Quinn putting that aside, and she sure knows how to put together a team. She picked well. Keo gonna throw Isabella Almas back into the ring. Can't afford to waste any time at all. Keo knows that. Taking Almas off her feet again. Can she keep her there though? Extending the arm. Knee drop. Just trying to slowly wear Isabella Almas down. I don't know that that's exactly the kind of strategy she wants to employ here though. If I were Keo, again, I try to hit one of my big moves as soon as I can to get Isabella Almas out of here. Escapes that camel clutch. Isabella now gonna carry Keo as if she's a rag doll, just throwing her out of the corner like it ain't no thing but a chicken wing. Grabs her by the hair though. Keo saying, hang on a second. Jawbreaker staggers her. Takes her out with a clothesline, and rough clothesline. Oh, and there's the double knee face breaker. Keo, can she take out Isabella Almas and her impressive run here in the women's tug-of-war match? No, so close, yet so far away at the same time. But she ain't finished. Her finger still on the trigger, and Isabella Almas gets to her feet, met with the Tanahashi clothesline. Keo again hooks the leg. 1, 2, 3. No. That wasn't a 3, or it was a 3. No, Poe saying that was not a 3 count. This matchup still continuing. Isabella Almas now on top of Keo. Almost like a rabid dog, just tearing her apart. Again, Keo throwing her into the corner, knife edge chop. Now she's exposing her for a couple of big time blows. Hammer fists there. Keo again gonna try to eliminate Isabella Almas, and she does! She does! Keo! Keo has eliminated Isabella Almas! She has done it! Just like that, Keo! Letting it be known, if she's gonna go down, it won't be without a fight. Almost eliminating both Nova and Maggie Shaw, but falling at the hands of Team Captain Keo. But guys, even though I'm sure all the Keo fans want to celebrate, she is still at a disadvantage here. It is still 2-1. And Keo saying, bring it on, I'm ready for it. So who's gonna face off against Keo next? Will it be Violet Evans, or will it be Team Captain Ellie Quinn? And it looks like we got our answer. The mouthpiece of Otranto, former women's tag team champion, Violet Evans. Gonna look to make it a very easy night for Ellie Quinn. Look how confident Violet Evans is as well, walking down the ramp. No doubt in her mind that she's gonna put Keo down here. Although if you're Ellie Quinn, what are you thinking right now? Sure, you were hoping and praying Isabella Almas was gonna score that clean sweep. But still, Violet Evans up those steel steps into the ring. I'm sure she's definitely happy that Nova got eliminated, though. If nothing else, seeing Nova taken out, bringing a bit of happiness. Keo at ringside, taking the short amount of time. Deep breaths. What kind of game plan does she have here to keep herself fresh? As Poe rings that bell, these two just going to jump right into it. Keo with her back against the wall. Great combination by the former Women's World Champion. Gonna have Violet Evans up against the ropes. Doesn't stay there for long. Belly to belly slam. And let's remember, guys, Violet Evans saying she wants to end this season as Women's World Champion. And winning this tug of war match here at Validation, certainly gonna give her a big boost of momentum, maybe to secure that Women's World Championship before this season comes to an end. The Megan Scoop. The rest of Otranto, I'm sure, in the back, watching, supporting Violet Evans. She drags Keo into the corner. I mean, Violet Evans even saying, the fact that I'm a part of history in and of itself is something incredible. The very first ever women's tug-of-war match. But also saying the fact that I'm going to win it, that much sweeter. Keo looking to rain on her parade. Little clothesline. Knee to the back of the head. Very slowly picking apart Violet Evans early on. Now going up to the top rope. Keo not afraid to throw caution to the wind here. It pays off this time with an HBK-esque elbow drop right into the pin. 1, 2. Gets her a 2 count only, though. Keo now starting to take my advice. Trying to eliminate Violet Evans as quickly as she can. I'm sure that Keo would hope for something like that, for Violet Evans to just fall asleep. Give her the easy pass. Ellie Quinn, meanwhile, gotta wonder, gotta get into the mind of Ellie Quinn for just a minute. I know it's a scary thought, but is she secretly hoping that Keo eliminates Violet Evans here so that she can come down to that ring and perhaps be the one to take out Keo in this valiant effort? I'm sure Ellie Quinn would love nothing more, but then at the same time, does she want to risk it? You know, Ellie Quinn telling Keo, things are not over between you and I until I say they are over. Keo thinking after attack on Australia that she was just gonna walk away. But, Violet Evans using her devilish ways to get back into control. And like I said, Otranto is in the building. Yvonne Ivy and Beatrice Lotus helping out Violet Evans, shutting off the lights there for a second. Something that we have seen from Violet Evans many times before. Or it might have been Ellie, yeah. Probably down somewhere in the sub-basement where she likes to hang out. Violet Evans doing all that she can to put Keo away here. But Keo not wanting to give. Oh, hits the Tanahashi clothesline. Just like that, man. Keo can come at you from out of nowhere, but unfortunately, not going to be enough to put away Violet Evans. I see Keo getting a bit frustrated. Can't let her emotions get the better of her, though, because someone like Violet Evans will certainly capitalize on that. Oh, and now Evans with the X-Plex. Will that bring an end to Keo's effort here at Validation? No, it will not. Violet Evans getting vocal, getting loud with Poe. She might be trying to set up that Romero special Dragon Sleeper, but Keo, knowing that if she gets caught in that, it might be night-night. Butterfly suplex, no bridge to try and pin though. Keo gonna again go up to the top rope. Another elbow drop, but this time to the upper back. And the double knee face breaker, middle of the ring. 1, 2. Come on, Keo. You can see Violet Evans starting to get under her skin, man. What is it gonna take? Perhaps it will take another Tanahashi clothesline, but wow, what a reversal from Violet Evans. Those reflexes, man, into that German suplex, so smooth. And now Evans again trying to drag her away from the ropes so that she can lock in the Romero special Dragon Sleeper, and Keo knocked for a loop after that German suplex. This time, not able to avoid it, guys. This time, Violet Evans is gonna lock it in. Is this the end of the line for Team Captain Keo here at Validation? Ellie Quinn with a big old smile on her face, watching from the back right now, sure, but Keo does not give in. Does not quit. Evans still gonna go for the pin. The meta. No, Keo. Much to the chagrin of Violet Evans. She's gonna go for it again? She's gonna go for it again? Well, if the first one didn't work, then perhaps the second one will. The Romero special Dragon Sleeper locked in a second time, and now Keo just getting tortured at the hands of Violet Evans, but again, she does not quit. Look at Violet Evans looking down at her, almost perplexed, speechless. But she's got Keo in a bad way and knows it. Keo might run into a brick wall there, evidently. Discus form smash, knee to the side of the face. Keo has brought her A+++ game to Validation here tonight, letting Ellie Quinn know, if you don't want this fight to be over, that's fine, baby. That's fine by me. And from the top rope, Keo with a superplex. 999, but Kyo right into another Tanahashi clothesline. 1, 2, 3. Kyo has done it. Kyo has done it. She has tied things up. 1-2-1 here at Validation. Team Ellie Quinn blowing the 3-1 lead after Isabella almost took out both Nova and Maggie Shaw. Kyo coming out to take out both Isabella Almas and Violet Evans, and now it comes down to the team captains, Ellie Quinn, Kyo, 1-on-1 here at Validation. Kyo maybe can hardly believe it herself. Ellie Quinn gonna be in a more foul mood than usual, I expect. There you can see she is joined by not only her new manager, but perhaps her new flame as well, Danielle Reed. Two of these women brutalizing Zach Cage a couple of nights ago. Ellie Quinn ditching Cage to shackle up with Danielle Reed after Cage got Ellie Quinn's face, telling her, you gotta drop this deal with Kyo. You gotta get over it. You gotta focus on becoming women's world champion again before this season comes to an end. That's what matters. Not Kyo, not this petty grudge, but Ellie Quinn telling him, this isn't a petty grudge. Kyo broke my heart. Now I'm gonna break hers. And then of course, taking out Zach Cage in a disgusting way as Danielle Reed watched. Miss Magnificent 8 coming to handle the business here tonight herself. It has come down to this. 1-on-1. Team captain versus team captain. It's Ellie Quinn and it's Kyo, baby. The very first ever women's tug-of-war match here in Las Vegas, Nevada. Of course, the last time we saw these two face off one-on-one was back at Attack in Australia, when Kyo defeated Ellie Quinn after having the match of the event. There's a reason that both of these women are former women's world champions. One of them, if not both, future women's world champions. But as Zach Cage said, you know, Ellie Quinn, get over it. She can't. She just can't. Not until she makes Kyo suffer. Not until Kyo's heart is broken. Not only figuratively, but literally. I think Ellie Quinn wants to actually tear into Kyo's chest and rip her heart out. We talked earlier about how this has been the season of the women. And much of that is thanks in large part to these two women, to Ellie Quinn and Kyo, who both debuted at the top of this new season and very quickly became superstars to watch, both becoming women's world champions, former women's tag team champions. And I think one day, if they aren't already, will be on par with the likes of Ashley Ring, with the likes of Allie Cage, the likes of Jade Dynamite or Hall of Famer Jade Divine. Kyo attempted to let bygones be bygones, to move on after Attack in Australia, but Ellie Quinn said, sister, not until I say it's over. Remember, this is just how we're kicking things off here in Validation, guys. With the women's tug-of-war match, we have still got Bison, the Barbarian, versus Chris Diamond for the undisputed heavyweight championship. We have still got the in-ring debut of Tora Troy Evans taking on Amber Reed. We've still got Ari Lee, the rookie, the newbie, taking on Ashley Rain for the women's world championship. And of course, for our main event, the men's tug-of-war, the future of CMV at stake. Team Jackson Wright against Team Madison Wright. And right now, continuing to put up the fight of her life. How can you not have respect for Kyo? I mean, if you didn't already, you're just a hater. But especially after this performance, this has been an interesting tug of war to say the least. First, Ashley Riot and Riley Van Wilson getting hit with the double count out, a double elimination. Then Isabella Almas takes out both Nova and Maggie Shaw. Then Kyo comes out and takes out Almas and Violet Evans. And now it's come down to this, one-on-one. Remember though, countouts, disqualifications, they are in effect. Kyo's got to pin or submit Ellie Quinn in the ring, vice versa. And I think Kyo has realized at this point, okay, there's no walking away from this. You know, Kyo was the one who, admittedly, you know, Ellie Quinn's right, turned on Ellie Quinn back at Regicide. Stabbed her tag team partner in the back. Kyo saying she wanted to move on. She felt like she owed Ellie Quinn for the longest time, but wanted to become Women's World Champion again. And thought after attacking Australia, okay, we settled our differences. We had a great match. I won. I was the better woman. I'm going to move on now. I'm going to recapture the Women's World Championship. But Ellie Quinn just not allowing that to be the case. A woman scorned. And this would be a very satisfying victory for Ellie Quinn. Again, I wonder if this is what Ellie Quinn really wanted, though, as she was watching before. Did she want Kyo to eliminate Isabella Almas and Violet Evans, really? Wanted to get her hands on her. Kyo doing all that she can to keep her head above the water. But remember, Ellie Quinn coming out nice and fresh. Kyo just went through 2 grueling matches. Both women, though, refusing to give up easily for the other. Ain't gonna be any laying down here. No ifs, ands, or buts. Think about what we saw in an attack on Australia. What these two are capable of, especially against each other when one-on-one. Making history yet again. The very first ever women's tug of war match. Kyo out of the double knee face breaker, gonna look to hit the Tanahashi clothesline. And in an instant, does she have this tug of war match? 1, uno, dos, but no trace. Miss Magnificent 8, not looking to make it easy. Remember, we've got Danielle Reed at ringside. We still don't know a whole lot about her. Seemingly came out of nowhere with her eyes on Ellie Quinn. Fixated on becoming the new representative of the former Women's World Champion, and now she is. Zach Cage out of the picture, perhaps for good, after what they did to him earlier in the week. Does this Danielle Reed really have the future of Ellie Quinn in mind? Whereas Zach Cage wanted Ellie Quinn to forget about the past and focused on the future, it seems like Danielle Reed is more than happy to help Ellie Quinn and her venture to destroy Kyo. Bit by bit, until entirely. Kyo from Brett's rope, trying for a knee drop, but it's gonna hurt. Certainly not gonna tickle. Gives Ellie Quinn an opening anyway, throws Kyo right down at the feet of Danielle Reed. Who's gonna keep her distance though, not gonna get involved, at least not yet. Now she's just standing over by my announce table. First time I'm really getting a good look at Miss Reed. Yeah, what's up? Yeah, I don't want any problems, all right? I've got enough enemies here at CMV. I'm an Ellie Quinn fan, you know. I've said it before. Ellie Quinn with a gorgeous torture act sit-out powerbomb. Doesn't try to go for the pin though, instead goes right up to the top rope. Looking for the 450 splash, maybe? No, a double boot stomp instead. Trying to go right through Kyo. Such force. You know, a lot of people are just jealous that I lasted longest in the Royal Rumble match a couple of years ago. That's what it is. That's why I think I have so many haters here at CMV. It's the only thing I can think of anyway. I've never done anything wrong. It's not like I was general manager at one point and abused my power or anything like that. Back in the ring, team captains Ellie Quinn and Keo. It has come down to this one-on-one. History being made one way or the other. What is Danielle Reed up to at ringside, guys? I thought she might get involved, and she's just pulled out a table and said, set it on fire! What the hell? What, did she just pull a match out of her boot? What is this sadistic woman doing? I think we're starting to get to know Danielle Reed very well. I think at this point, it's clear the type of woman that Danielle Reed is, and holy shit! A spear! Suicide spear! Through the flaming table! Holy shit! If there was ever a time for a holy shit chant! My God, how is that not a disqualification though? And Ellie Quinn apparently somehow, her appetite not satiated after that, hitting the Dante Driller! Dante Driller! And Ellie Quinn, just like that. A sickening, sickening end to the first ever women's tug-of-war match here at Validation. I had an inkling that Danielle Reed wasn't out here just to watch this match. That she and Ellie Quinn had some sort of plan, and that plan was to put Keo to a flaming table, and then the Dante Driller, man, just the cherry on top, just wholly unnecessary. I think Ellie Quinn easily could have pinned Keo after throwing her back into the ring, but well, that's not what Ellie Quinn wanted. She wanted to make Keo suffer here at Validation. I think she accomplished that goal. Lads, gents, it is time here at Validation after just getting through the women's tug-of-war match, and what a matchup that was. Team Ellie Quinn coming out on top. The undisputed World Heavyweight Championship is on the line as Bison the Barbarian making his return after 5 years at Mob Violence to win the men's Royal Rumble match, and he did not waste any time picking who he was going to challenge here at Validation, picking Chris Diamond, picking the undisputed World Heavyweight Championship. And guys, he picked Chris Diamond by destroying Jackson James, destroying Jet Suzuki, and destroying Andre Rogers all in one night a couple weeks ago, eliminating Aurelius just like that. I don't know if you heard that snap, but I snapped. Just like that. And then, of course, we saw what he did to Chris Diamond this past episode of Shockwave after Diamond picked up a win against George King. Bison just ripping him to shreds, putting him through the announce table with a earth-shaking Bison bomb, leaving Chris Diamond in a heap, and then even going so far as to crash the Golden Generals pre-match celebration earlier this week in Los Angeles, California, where Diamond was prematurely celebrating, leaving Validation still undisputed heavyweight champion, beating up a bunch of imposters, impersonating Jackson James, Jet Suzuki, and Andre Rogers. Bison has just been haunting, has been that monkey on Chris Diamond's back. Nobody has been able to touch Bison, guys, since his return at Mob Violence. He has been an indestructible wrecking ball. And it's pretty apropos, man. It was 5 years ago at this very event. Validation was one of the last times that we saw Bison before his return at Mob Violence. He challenged Hayden at Validation for the undisputed World Heavyweight Championship, and he came up short. Hayden was victorious on that night very shortly after Bison vanished for 5 years. But now he is back. And he is back to finally, well, get his own monkey off his back, if you will. Many have called him the greatest superstar in CMV history to never hold a world championship. That might all change here tonight. Credit to Chris Diamond, man. He was trying to make up every excuse in the world to not show up here tonight, saying he had a dentist appointment, this, that, and the other thing, but here he is. Here he is showing up to defend his undisputed World Heavyweight Championship. I mean, after Bison crashed his Golden General Championship celebration, come on, he couldn't let that just go unpunished. And here he is, undisputed World Heavyweight Championship in his hands, perhaps for the first time. And Bison, the bell has not rung, but Bison attacking Chris Diamond just as he was holding the undisputed World Heavyweight Championship up into the air. The Barbarian getting this match started early. Bison not waiting for the introductions, not waiting for the bell to ring. Now it has, though, guys. This match has officially gone underway. This match has officially begun, and Bison doing what he does best. The onslaught, powerbomb after powerbomb. Diamond hasn't even taken off his jacket. I don't know how his hat is staying on. Oh, belly to belly. Out of the corner, and Bison saying, it's already over, brother. Pack it up. He rips off the jacket. He throws the hat off into the crowd. And now another German suplex. Just tossing Diamond hither and yon. The British Baller, not even knowing what the hell is going on, assaulted from behind. Bison tossing him into the corner again. How many power bombs has it already been, by the way? I haven't been keeping count because I was just so caught off guard. Not nearly as caught off guard as Chris Diamond, of course. Oh my God. Pulls him up into a sit-out power bomb. I think this might be academic, guys. Chris Diamond, many were saying he didn't have a chance to begin with, but now Bison attacking him from behind. Oh my God, Bison taking himself and Chris Diamond down to the outside of the ring. And Poe's just watching, staying as close as he has to the action, telling Bison, come on, man. Get back into the ring. Let's properly start this match. But Bison is, I said it before, he's unhinged. He's unhinged. Diamond getting to his feet. I don't think he knows where he is, though. And Diamond, like, did the match just start? Look at this. Diamond with some balls. Diamond with some balls. Getting to his feet, but Bison back into the ring. He's brought a table into the ring. He's brought a table into the ring. Pulling Chris Diamond back into a single knee back. I don't know what the hell is going on. Throws Diamond into the corner now, but we just saw Ellie Quinn and Danielle Reed use a table, although it was a flaming table to win that women's tug-of-war match, but now Bison trying to pull Diamond out of the corner, but he's having a bit of trouble. Diamond sent back into the corner. I don't think Diamond's fully with it. He's in la-la land right now, and Bison giving him a taste of the top turnbuckle before putting him up on the top. Bison with a running power slam through the table! Good Lord, cracks his neck! The wrecking ball! And Bison still not done! Looking for a Bison bomb onto the championship! Right onto the championship that Chris Diamond loves so much! But even still, Bison's not done! Thumbs up, thumbs down! The Barbarian from the corner! Looking to split Chris Diamond in two! Spear! 1, 2, 3, and we have a new undisputed World Heavyweight Champion! I don't know if I can properly even put into words what we just saw. That was not a match. That was a slaughter. But Bison, the Barbarian, can finally call himself World Champion as Chris Diamond, motionless. Bison, the Barbarian, stands undisputed World Heavyweight Champion. God have mercy on the CMV roster. Welcome back, my friends. We are live here in Las Vegas, Nevada for Validation. It's already been an unforgettable night of action for many different reasons. But coming up next, it is time for the arrival of Tora Troy Evans, the war goddess, siding with CMV a few weeks ago, and in her contract, a stipulation that allowed her to pick her very first opponent here at Validation, and she picked none other than Amber Reed. And these two go way, way back. They have fought countless times at companies all around the world. They've been friends, they've been partners, they've been stablemates, they have been arch rivals. And here tonight they fight one more time in a CMV ring. When Amber Reed was starting out her wrestling career, one of the very first names she faced off against was Tora Troy Evans. And that's what really kicked off the history between the two over the last few years, when Amber Reed refused to show Tora Troy Evans respect in their very first match. And on and on and on through the years, they have faced off many times. Like I said before, that at one point, they let bygones be bygones. They were partners, they were stablemates. But in the end, they allowed their angst towards one another to take over, and well, the last couple of years, enemies again. And perhaps looking to write a new chapter in CMV as they face off here at Validation. Look at the Golden Ace, man. With that Women's Hardcore Championship in hand, she's been busting ass over the last couple of weeks to prove she deserves to be Women's Hardcore Champion, after Chloe Marks made some remarks that got under Amber's skin, saying she was a paper champion. Amber Reed proving that's not true over the last couple of weeks, defeating Chloe Marks, and on the last episode of Octane, just a couple nights ago, defeating Mina. Great matchup. But Amber Reed knowing what she's getting into here tonight, quick to accept Tora's challenge. More often than not, in their numerous encounters, Tora Troy Evans has been victorious, but Tora Troy Evans is in Amber Reed territory now. Last couple of years, it's been the Amber Reed show here in CMV. The history maker. We're going to let Evans know that. You can come to CMV Shore, just know, this is my house. Women's Hardcore Championship, not on the line, but a lot of history. Tora Troy Evans making her in-ring debut. Poe rings that bell, and let's get it on. And of course, remember earlier tonight I made a remark about how Isabel Almas may be the strongest women in the division today, but that might change later tonight when we see Tora Troy Evans. Well, there you go. Tora Troy Evans towering over Amber Reed, probably going to tower over most of the women's division. As she goes right to work on Amber. Discus punch. Fires back with a kick to the side of the head. Still to come here tonight at Validation, my friends. Up next, the Women's World Championship going to be on the line as Women's Royal Rumble match winner Ari Lee challenge Ashley Rain for the Women's World Championship. And let's not forget our main event, the future of CMV hanging in the balance. It's brother versus sister men's tug-of-war match. Amber Reed able to take Tora off her feet, but Tora comes right back at her with a jawbreaker. Kick to the midsection. You can see how well these two know each other, man. Wasting no time. Oh! Tora with an inverted Frankensteiner. For someone her size, that is definitely impressive. As she goes for the pin, will it be that easy here? Validation gets her a 2 count, but Amber Reed not about to be steamrolled here. Grabs that kick, turns it into a dragon screw, and pulling Tora into a triangle choke. We've seen Amber Reed utilizing this quite a lot in her last few matches. maybe in preparation for facing Tora Troy Evans here tonight, trying to up her game, but Tora quick to get out of it, although it looks like it might have done a little bit of damage to her throat. Amber trying to run to the ropes, but Tora stopping her. Throws her into the corner instead. From the camel clutch position, closed fists right across the forehead of the history maker. Tora Troy Evans has arrived here in CMV. Decorated competitor around the world. Although there's only a little over a month left here this season, Tora Troy Evans looking to make an impact going into the new season. And what a debut it would be to knock off Amber Reed. Amber fighting back, but Tora just having her way with Amber at the moment. Again spiking Amber on her head. Amber can't keep taking too many shots like that. Kick to the side of the head has Amber up against the ropes now. Certainly not where you want to be when against someone like Tora Troy Evans, the war goddess. Gonna step on Amber's head and then a drop kick to the face. Now that's just disrespectful. We call that insult to injury. A step like that, though, to the back of Amber's head, just snapped her neck. Tora Troy Evans apparently doesn't care very much. Speaking of snapping necks, Amber Reed gonna give her a taste of her own medicine there. Tries to continue to target the neck, but Tora Troy Evans able to fight up to her feet, single punch to the midsection. And the women's hardcore champion gonna roll her up. Nope. Oh, enziguri. Tora moving very fast. For someone her size, looks like not only have to worry about the power that she's going to bring to the table, but her speed as well, her agility. Some might call it a total package. High kick connects, Amber on spaghetti legs. Tora Troy Evans liking that. Elbow to the temple, and there's a knee. Amber Reed, one of the most lethal knee games in CMV. Rivaled perhaps only by Blake Virtue, a good friend of hers. Tora trying to give her a run for her money, though. Another high kick. One more time. Third time. There's a knife edge chop. Second knife edge chop. Damn, Tora has Amber Reed up against the ropes. Hook to the jaw. I'm going to use that top to try and choke Amber out here. She's got to be careful, though, lest she be disqualified. Although Post seems very lenient with the rules here tonight. Oh, Amber quickly shooting low, takes Tora out with the air raid siren neckbreaker, and no time to waste. She knows it. She knows who she's in the ring with. Revolution knee into the pin. 1, 2. Might have been Amber's only chance there, guys, and you can tell she knows that, looking around like, God damn it, I really thought that was going to be it. Tries for a slingshot cannonball senton, but goes nowhere with it as Tora already back to her feet, right into a corner! Golly, the war goddess, just like that, but no! Does not keep Amber Reed down, but no mind. Tora Troy Evans has something else cooking up for Amber Reed. Up into the electric chair position, electric chair driver. 1, 2, 3, and that does it. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Tora Troy Evans has arrived here in CMV, the war goddess, putting down Amber Reed with an exclamation point. Look at that cutter, man. Nicest cutter I've seen in a while. Sorry, Ted. And there you see the electric chair driver that did Amber Reed in. Tora Troy Evans with a message sent to the CMV Women's Division. An emphatic victory here at Validation. The war goddess coming for the throne. Well, believe it or not, my friends, it is already co-main event time here at Validation as the Women's World Championship is about to be on the line. The Women's Royal Rumble match winner, Ari Lee, a month into her CMV career, here at one of our biggest shows of the year, vying to become Women's World Champion and earning this shot by winning the Women's Royal Rumble match back at Mob Violence. Entered at number 22, guys. Lasted quite a mile as well. It was no fluke. It was no luck. She didn't enter at number 30, throw one person over, easy peasy. No, she busted her ass and she earned that win and has earned this shot at the Women's World Championship here tonight. But a lot of people saying she's not ready, and that's understandable. A month she's been in CMV. Can the rookie do the seemingly impossible? Cap off what has been an incredible first month. Meteoric rise. Maybe the fastest rise to the Women's World Championship in CMV history. I can't think of another. But in order to do that, she must beat this woman, the queen of the ring, the queen of our hearts, of our minds, of our souls, the Women's World Champion, Ashley Rain. We've seen these two sending shots at each other over the last couple of weeks. First, it was Ari Lee letting Ashley Rain know, I'm not afraid of you. I'm not going to back down. I'm ready for this challenge. People saying I'm not, but you ain't going to steamroll me. And Ashley Rain, just this past episode of Shockwave, after Ari Lee picked up a win against Jade Divine. Huge victory. Ashley coming out onto the stage and letting it be known that perhaps she isn't taking Ari Lee very seriously. Potentially underestimating her number one contender. And if so, will that be her fatal mistake here at Validation? Rain has been a fighting champion, say what you will, about the small but mighty one. The retention against Kate Strongheart, an attack on Australia. And of course, at Mob Violence, the Battle of the Ashleys, putting down Riot to remain at the top of the women's division, as she looks to do again here tonight at Validation. Telling Ari Lee, you want this? You can't have it. Ari Lee, confident, not taking no for an answer. Will the doubters be proven wrong? Again, the doubters, very rare, but I think this time they have a right to be skeptical. Can Ari Lee do it? Or will Ashley Rain dash the hopes of the young number one contender? Well, good start by Lee, throwing Rain into the corner. Perhaps looking to capitalize on the fact that Rain might not be taking her as a credible threat. Back suplex into a German suplex. And straight into a vertical suplex. She's just throwing Ashley Rain all over the place the first minute of this match. And Rain's like, wait a minute. There we go, able to fire back with a Hangman's neckbreaker. Pumping the brakes, and there's a smack across the face. That means absolutely nothing but disrespect. Something Rain is primarily known for. Ashley Rain able to avoid sinking with the ship, really jumping off before Chain Reaction crumbled at the hands of Jackson Wright. Rain pretty much used Chain Reaction to help her win the Women's World Championship back at Ringside. And then they went their separate ways. Good for Ashley Rain. These chops, meanwhile, to her chest, not so good. Look at Ari Lee saying one more. Oh, cheeky is Ari Lee, that cheeky little jab. Forearm smash to the middle of the back. Now an Irish whip to the corner. Slow, cautious approach by the Women's Royal Rumble match winner. What an accolade to have, man. A month into your CMV career. Stomp to the chest. Followed up by a slingshot leg drop. I'll tell you what, Ari Lee in control for most of this match so far. It's actually Rain we're talking about. Someone you can never take your eyes off of, someone you can never count out of a fight, even when it's looking like she's done for it. Rain, here's one of the reasons why it's not a very often sight. Ashley Rain when it matters most. Baseball slide drop kick to the face of Ari Lee, sends her flying back and right into a hammerlock, chinlock. Remember, Ashley Rain with a champion's advantage. She can retain via countout or via disqualification. Ari Lee's got to win by pinfall or submission to leave here tonight as the new Women's World Champion. Gonna throw Rain's shoulder first into the barricade before getting back into the ring, though. Saw earlier tonight the Men's Royal Rumble match winner, Bison, not just beat, but demolish Chris Diamond to become the new undisputed heavyweight champion. Ari Lee follow up on that. Vertical suplex, nothing fancy about it. Not finished though. Into a back suplex. Love what I'm seeing from Ari Lee here tonight. Of course, we've not seen a lot from her. In the month she's been in CMV, she's had only a handful of matches. But what we have seen from her has been impressive. Her 2 matches with Jane Stone, incredible. Her win, of course, at Mount Violent Sunset Flip Powerbomb to the outside like it's nothing. And followed up on her huge Royal match win by defeating Hall of Famer Jay Divine. Nothing to sneeze at. Throws Rain now gut first from the steel steps. These two taking a trip around the ringside area. And she now targets the arm of Rain. Ari Lee beginning to target every single part of Rain's body. No specific painted target for the Royal Rumble match winner. Ari Lee able to stop herself from getting thrown onto the floor there. Oh, as Rain does so herself. Oh, but a jumping clothesline to the back of the head. She didn't see that coming. Kick to the back of the knee, guys, up to a count of 7. As these two just continue to exchange blows. Turning into a bit of an alleyway brawl, a bit of a slobber knocker here. Rain, oh my God. Just backing Ari Lee up against the barricade, gives her a taste of it. Guys, we're up to count of 10 at this point as Rain grabs the hair of Ari Lee, slams her down onto the floor. Numerous stomps to the chest at count of 11 now as Rain intending on walking out of here tonight, still Women's World Champion by countout. Well, she's going to get back into the ring. And it doesn't seem like she wants to break the count, but Ari Lee back to her feet, gets into the ring. Rain right on top of her, like peanut butter on jelly, but Ari Lee with the upper hand. Now into the corner. Again with these chops to the chest. Look at these fans on their feet. They're loving it. Well, we're not going to fall for it this time. Jab to the jaw. Ari Lee hyping herself up. She's all over the place. Hopefully she doesn't get too crazy here. Kick to the head into a ripcord Spanish fly. Ari to the corner. She's setting up for that cartwheel Pele kick, I have to imagine. At close range. Bam! To the head of the queen of the ring. Is that enough? Do we have the new Women's World Champion here in Validation? Very, very nearly. But no cigar. Ari Lee, though, wasting no time as she grabs the arm of Rain, caught with a forearm smash. Now up against the ropes. The Women's World Champion tearing at her arm. Rain not letting this match get away from her. Look at, she's just bullying Ari Lee right now. Into the corner, dangerous place to be when against Ashley Rain if she could be looking for sliced oranges, but instead throws Ari Lee down to the outside, and Ashley Rain with another baseball slide drop kick. This time goes underneath the bottom rope. And the fans appreciating the work that Rain's putting in here. Oh, tries for a basement drop kick, and that's gonna be a tough landing to the lower back of Rain. Ari, though, pouncing on the opening. Can she make the most of it as Ashley with a back suplex? Lee's head smacking off the floor. Ashley Rain was potentially underestimating Ari Lee before. Not any longer. Vintage Rain with the schoolboy super kick back into this hammerlock, chinlock. Won't do her much good at ringside. Maybe if it were in the ring, this could get her the win, but Ari Lee able to escape anyhow. Ari Lee sizing up Ashley Rain. Gets back into the ring, and look at this. Gonna mock Rain, shooting an arrow at her, and Rain, not too sure what she's doing, but enticing Ari Lee to take the fight to ringside once again, and rolling thunder from the Women's Royal Rumble match winner. Cheeky jab, kick to the knee, knife edge chop into the fireman's carry position. Around and around and around, we go into a TKO! But will it be, can Ari Lee get Ashley Rain back into the ring? Try and pin her here. She does, taking her time. To the corner, she goes to the top rope. Wait a minute, heat-seeking missile. Yes, sir, to the face of Ashley Rain. 1, 2, but it's not enough. A heat-seeking missile to the face. Typically, you connect with the chest of your opponent, but Ari Lee saying to hell with that, but it still ain't enough. To keep Ashley Rain down, throws out a wild clothesline. Desperate here is Ashley Rain, and you can see it. Ari Lee giving her the fight of her life here at Validation. Great combo. Trying to take Rain's head off, tries for a stomp. Rain in an instant German suplex, bridge to pin. 1, 2, no such luck for the Women's World Champion here, but Ashley working quickly while she's got the time. Hook to the jaw, spins her around. Sunny side down. And all it takes is 1. 1, 2, no trace. No trace? Rain ain't having it. Kick to the midsection, looking for that brain buster of hers. Connects flush. But even still, Rain not content. Going for the stock cutters. Cutters into a cutter. Ari Lee. Insanity here at Validation. 1, 2, no. Ashley kicks out, elbow to the top of the head, back to the top rope. Ari Lee looking for it again. Heat-seeking missile. Hooks the leg. 1, 2, 3. What? What? Ari Lee arguing with Poe. She won't accept it. But she has to. This match going to continue. Women's World Championship is on the line. Drops down behind us, Rain. Another German suplex doing a lot of damage to the neck of Ari Lee here. Rain's got to be thinking, what the hell do I got to do? Similar thoughts running through the mind of Ari Lee, I'm sure. Rolling thunder. That's very quickly becoming vintage Ari Lee. Now she's trying to slow things down a little bit. Picking Rain up to her feet. Combination. Finishing with a beautiful butterfly suplex. Look at the way Ari Lee is staring her down to the top rope. Perfect positioning. Could it be a third heat-seeking missile? Oh my God! 1, 2. Ha! Ha! Yeah, that reaction is pretty appropriate. I'd say Ari Lee could not believe it. A third heat-seeking missile does not keep Ashley Rain down. But this is why Ashley Rain is one of the greatest female competitors of all time, a bona fide future Hall of Famer, no doubt about it. Looking to remain Women's World Champion here tonight, though, but Ari Lee not going to allow it. From the corner, another handspring Pele kick cracking the skull of Rain, but Ari Lee looking for a fourth heat-seeking missile to the face! To the face! 1, 2, 3, and we have a new Women's World Champion! 4 heat-seeking missiles it took to keep down Ashley Rain here tonight. A meteoric rise. 1 month. 1 month. Ari Lee has been in CMV, winning the Women's Royal Rumble match. And here at Validation becomes the new Women's World Champion. Check, 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 1, 2. Just want to make sure I'm coming through loud and clear for you guys. Or is the audio still a little bit low? You can hear me? I'm good? I'm clear this time? Alright. Just wanted to check and make sure because it is time. Yes, indeed, my friends, for our main event of the evening here at Validation, and the very future of CMV is at stake. That's not hyperbole. It is brother versus sister. Jackson Wright versus Madison Wright. The biggest tug-of-war match in CMV history, on the winning side, whether it's Jackson Wright, whether it's Madison Wright, may shape what's to come here in CMV, not only for the remainder of this season, but especially going into the new season. We can see who's going to be getting things started for Team Madison Wright. Blake Virtue, the CMV Anarchy champion, guys. As we started off the night with the very first ever women's tug-of-war match, we know how that ended. Team Ellie Quinn victorious. If you don't know the rules, it's essentially a gauntlet match. 2 superstars start for their respective teams. Once one is eliminated, either by pinfall, submission, countout, or disqualification, another teammate replaces them. That continues till one team has been entirely eliminated. And we're going to see who Blake Virtue's getting things started against, baby. For Team Jackson Wright, for the company. One half of the Unified World Tag Team Champions. It's the OG Dirty Heel, Xander Slate. And of course, he and Shay Hoxton successfully retaining their Unified World Tag Team Championship a couple of nights ago on Octane against the team of Brandon Ace and Dante Tin. Of course, Dante Tin, a part of Team Madison Wright. How that women's tug-of-war match played out at the top of the show. It can go many different ways, man. I mean, potentially there is a world where Blake Virtue could eliminate the entirety of Team Jackson Wright, and all the other members of Team Madison Wright are going to have the easiest night of their life. Some superstars go on a roll, like Isabella Almas did, like Keo did, eliminate multiple members. Look at last year with the Ted, eliminated 4 members of the opposing team. Another run like that here tonight. But it is time to get things started, guys. Buckle up. The biggest tug-of-war match in CMV history. Maybe one of the biggest matches, period, in CMV history. And it's Xander Slate and Blake Virtue getting things underway. And Slate goes right for a cutter. No time to waste, I suppose. Stomp to the knee. Kick to the chest. It's a good start for Xander Slate, a good start for Team Jackson Wright. Blake Virtue, who has had many run-ins with the company since their formation over the last couple of months. We got Slate applying an Indian Deathlock vintage OG Dirty Heel. You know, for a long time, Shay Hoxton was hinting at potentially recruiting either Blake Virtue or Troy Colt or Cam Harris to the company, but it seems like at the end of the day that was all just Shay Hoxton doing what he does best, trying to get under the skin of his opponents. Oh, damn! Coconut crunch right there. Ron Slate has firmly got the upper hand here at the start of the tug-of-war match. Guys, it has been, I don't even think crazy is a good enough word to describe what we have witnessed so far here tonight at Validation. It has been some of the most insane action I have seen recently. We've got a new undisputed heavyweight champion. We have got a new women's world champion, and now the future of CMV being fought over. Great Fisherman's Driver by the Anarchy champion. Power double tie-up feed in the midsection by Xander Slate, hook to the jaw. And of course, in a matchup like this, you want to take the lead early on. Look at what happened to Team Ellie Quinn earlier tonight, though. They had a 3-1 lead and they nearly blew it. Came down to 1-on-1. Luckily, Ellie Quinn with some help from Danielle Reed able to get the victory and stop Keo from picking up that clean sweep. Up against the ropes. Back body drop going to send Virtue all the way down to the outside. Virtue going to throw Slate's shoulder first into the barricade. Virtue looking to end this season, not only protecting the future of CMV. I mean, both of these teams are fighting for the future. That's what you have to realize. It's just two very different futures. Blake Virtue feels as though Madison Wright has the best. You know, has the best in mind for CMV. She cares about CMV and its future. Whereas Team Jackson Wright, they feel as though Jackson Wright has the right idea. Ruling with that iron fist. Virtue gonna get back into the ring. Looks like he and Slate gonna have themselves a little bit of a stare down. A game of will they, won't they here. Are they gonna get back into the ring? Are we gonna get a another double count out like we did in the women's tug of war match? No, luckily they get back into the ring, and Virtue immediately hitting Slate with an inverted Frankensteiner. Slate, I don't think Slate is blinking on that eye patch. I think he lost that ability. Virtue going to try to go up to the top rope, just completely whiffs whatever he was looking for there, though. Good news for Xander Slate. That's right. Like the subtitle of the show, right makes right. Single knee backbreaker by Xander Slate into a bro kick. Just the victor going to be able to write history as they see fit. And more importantly, going to be able to write the very future of CMV. Numerous stomps to the chest. Of course, the company really, at the end of the day, in it for themselves. They've got big plans. And they think that Jackson Wright will be the one to allow them, open up those doors so that they can fulfill those aspirations. Another bro kick from Xander Slate. Tries for a knee drop, but Slate able to move out of the way. Slate has competed in the most tug-of-war matches in CMV history. Xander Slate been here since day one, since episode 1. He's going to have those accolades. He's competed in the most Royal Rumble matches. He has competed at the most Ascendance events, and he has competed in the most tug-of-war matches. However, more often than not, Slate not on the winning side in these tug-of-war matches, including last year's when the Alliance against Cleveland was victorious. Oh, look at this. Xander Slate using the ropes. Poe can't see what's going on. Typical OG dirty heel business in that ring right now. Team Jackson Wright. Like I was talking about with Ellie Quinn earlier in the show, how she put together a great team. We can't deny both these teams are amazing, but I think Jackson Wright may have put together the stronger team, if you want my honest opinion, because then you've got another tug-of-war expert in Shay Hoxton, who has won a tug-of-war match. Ooh, knee to the chest. That is what we call vintage Blake Virtue, the Energy Champion, dropping into the pin. And will that be the first elimination here? No. 2.999, but Virtue unfortunately not able to take the lead. Look at Virtue now throwing Slate to the outside. Okay, eliminating him from the Royal Rumble, if you will. Stiff kick to the back. Seems like that's the new target for Blake Virtue after Slate had a nice trip. Don't know if it was too nice. Heel of Virtue's boot connecting with the base of Slate's skull. As he slides back into the ring. And look at Virtue now, egging Xander Slate on. He's still asleep on his feet, though, so Virtue has to go and collect him. Blake Virtue setting up for the recoil, but Xander Slate not going to allow that to happen. Instead, grabbing Virtue by the jaw, yelling in his face, psychological warfare being waged by Slate here as he hits that cross body. Slate looking to maintain his position in the driver's seat here. We've seen this time and time again from Xander Slate, the delayed vertical suplex, allowing the blood to rush to Virtue's head before dropping him. Not an easy landing into the pin. Xander Slate now looking to score the first elimination, take the lead for Team Jackson Wright. However, Blake Virtue still fighting. The fight might be over though. Xander Slate looking for the kick to kick. Puts him down, hooks the leg. 1, 2. But Blake Virtue making Xander Slate not so happy with that kick out there. Best bout machine remaining in the fight for now, but hold long is for now. Goes for that big old body splash. Virtue able to roll out of the way. Blake with a swinging neck breaker right into a fisherman's driver. Hooks the leg. 1, 2. Is it paused? What? What's going on? Hang on. Is that the agent in the production truck? Returning to his roots? Can you guys hear me? Check, check, check. Just want to make sure that the audio is still coming through. I don't know what you guys are talking about. We are just getting into the main event here at Validation. Tug of War just about to get underway. It's not like we just saw the first 10 minutes of the match. Echo? Or Echo's here? Where's Echo? Hiding somewhere in Afghanistan or something, I'm sure. Well, it is indeed time for our main event here at Validation. This is the first time, the very first time, that any of us are seeing this match. Obviously, I mean, this is all happening in real time. It's Validation. And the biggest tug of war match in CMV history. It has been cursed, I think, mainly for Chris Diamond. And indeed, we see that it is Blake Virtue getting things started for Team Madison Wright. Whoa! Xander Slade getting things started for Team Jackson Wright. I will actually off myself. Same frame again. Might just have to do a little something, a little maneuvering, a little quick thinking. I think that light stream is probably just like, what are you thinking? Light stream's like, fam, this ain't it. One match, okay, 2 matches, look, 3. Chanting at him. He only has one eye. Is that it? Xander Slate would think so too. I think that's the Ted in the front row. He's the one who started the chant. Well, this tug of war match is going to get underway. It's our main event, guys, and as we know, very future CMV is at stake here. Not being overly dramatic, Jackson Wright has a vision of what the future of CMV looks like. Madison Wright has a vision of what the future of CMV looks like. They are both very, very different. They have put together 2 incredible teams to wage war here tonight to secure one of those futures. Slate with some nasty stomps to the chest of Blake Virtue, who tries to come back with a neck breaker, but Xander Slate not about that, shuts that shit down. You guys ever get deja vu? No, I know it's sort of a common thing, but I don't know. I feel like I'm getting a bit of deja vu here for some reason. Numerous stomps to the downed Xander Slate, or to the downed Blake Virtue, courtesy of Xander Slate. Now Xander Slate's down. Blake Virtue fires off a kick to the back of the head, right into a fisherman's driver. Tries for a stomp. Slate gets to his feet though. You know, for an old timer at this point, Xander Slate stepping through the doors of CMV Day 1. Been around the block, has barely had any time off. A couple injuries here and there that put him on the shelf for a couple months, a few months at a time, but largely Xander Slate, eternal. Even still, man, he moves with the quickness. Blake Virtue trying to outmaneuver him here. Give the lead to Team Madison Wright. Right now, he gets dropped to the outside. let's look at it this way. At least it didn't happen an hour in the match, right? Only 10 minutes or so. Throws Slate's shoulder first into the barricade. And the barricade has been used quite a lot here tonight. Pretty much in almost every single match. It's validation though, man. It's all about war. It's all about what are you willing to do? What are you willing to give up? How far are you willing to go to secure what you desire most? Whether it's the undisputable heavyweight championship if you're Bison, what he did in Chris Diamond earlier tonight. Whether it's to secure a huge win in your debut for Tora Troy Evans, or whether it's to become women's world champion. Ari Lee bringing the fight of her life to her match with Ashley Rain to become the new women's world champion. And now here in the main event, what are you willing to sacrifice for the future of CMV that you believe in? Inverted Frankensteiner by Blake Virtue. A little bit of the jaw, tries for a knee drop, and it is successful. Good thing it was to the already bad eye of the OG Dirty Heel. Blake Virtue with a Hail Mary there. Unfortunately for him, it does not pay off as Slate gonna nail him with a ripcord forearm smash right into a beast bite. Trying to get a submission out of Blake Virtue here. Easier said than done, especially against someone like Blake Virtue who really doesn't have the word quit in his vocabulary. Bro kick off the single knee backbreaker. Xander Slate's in control. He's a tough mofo to get one over on. Just punishes you with offense like this man. Stomps to the chest. Knee to the extended arm, just slowly picking away at you, bit by bit, until you've got nothing left. Here we go, another single knee backbreaker and another bro kick. Blake Virtue here with the Anarchy champion. Still standing and missed that knee drop though. Not going to feel too great for the best bout machine, but certainly gives Xander Slate an opening, and he's going to capitalize with some snake eyes. Trying to blind Blake Virtue. Big old splash, vintage. Xander Slate using that size of his 6'3", 264 pounds. Not going to exactly tickle him landing on you with that much momentum behind him. Blake Virtue now going to go after the left knee of Xander Slate, and Collar City clutch time. Jason Spade a part of this matchup. Of course, he's got quite a history with Blake Virtue. Now look at Slate. There's a reason we call him the OG Dirty Heel. Poe can't see what's going on, and Slate gonna take advantage of that into an Indian deathlock. See Blake Virtue not having a very good time right now. Meanwhile, Xander Slate has got Blake Virtue right where he wants him. Kick to the face. And again. Xander Slate, the type of guy that likes to take his time when he's got the upper hand. Likes to relish in the opportunity to punish his opponent's knee to the face, into the pin. Blake Virtue looking to eliminate Xander Slate, but no such luck for the best bout machine here in the tug of war match main event of Validation. Blake Virtue, though, gonna say, get the hell out of my ring. Just yeeting Slate over the top rope down to the outside. Continue to target that back. Blake Virtue's found a new target right here in front of my announce table. Of course, I've got my handy security with me at all times. You never know when someone's gonna try to come over here and put me through the announce table. You'd be surprised how many times I've been put through my announce table. It's a little bit embarrassing, but those people don't know I lasted longest in a Royal Rumble match a couple years ago. They don't know who they're messing with. So I'll tell Blake Virtue, you better stay away from me, pal. I don't even need this security anymore. It's just for insurance purposes. But back into the ring, Blake Virtue could be looking for the recoil. Xander Slate shuts that down, though. Instead, set Virtue up. looks to be a cross-body high velocity. Doesn't stop there. Xander Slate gonna take Blake Virtue up into the air and keep him there with this stalling vertical suplex. Power exhibited by Slate. Blood rush to the head of Blake Virtue, and that might be enough to take him out right there. You know, if I can be honest, if I can have a personal opinion, Xander Slate hitting the Kenka kick, surely that's going to take Blake Virtue out of action here. 1, 2, oh. About as close gets. If I can be honest, I think I might be rooting for Team Jackson Wright here. I don't know. Jackson Wright, I think he's got the right idea. Talk about the future of CMV, you know, going into the new season. I think that Jackson Wright, his vision of what CMV can be, I don't know. I vibe with it, you know? Half Nelson suplex into a swinging neck breaker. But of course, I have to remain unbiased. So really, I don't have a favorite. One way or the other, there will be a future of CMV, and that means I stay behind the desk. That means I stay paid. So that's really all I care about. Virtue now drops Slate chest first on the top rope. Knee drop to the extended arm. Try to grab Slate by the hair, but the one-eyed man pops back up to his feet, and in an instant, vintage Samoan drop. Former two-time CMV World Heavyweight Champion. Look at this now, mocking Virtue. Knee to the lower back, flips him over. Lateral press here, very lazy pin. Almost gets the elimination, though. Yes, I must feed my children, Ralph and Sugar. Oh, recoil! Recoil! Blake Virtue hits it this time, hops into the pin, and Xander Slate done for here in the tug-of-war match. No. Very nearly Virtue even getting in Poe's face there for a second. Oh, and a knee to the chest. Xander Slate, not where he wants to be right now. Blake Virtue looking for another recoil, but Slate getting catch the kick. Super kick avoided by Virtue. Super kick, he hits it the second time to the top rope. Xander Slate looking to fly, looking for the Macho Man elbow drop. No, a leg drop. Okay, I see you, Slate. Now some stomps to the face again, slows things down. Once he's in the driver's seat, Slate likes that slow pace. He doesn't want to jump into allowing someone like Blake Virtue to utilize that speed and agility of his. Xander Slate now. He's already hit the Kenka kick once. Virtue barely survived. I don't think he's going to survive a second time. Kenka kick! Hooks the leg. 1, 2, 3, and Blake Virtue eliminated. Team Jackson Wright taking the lead. Big old dub for the OG Dirty Heel. And Jackson Wright watching in his office right now with a smirk, I would bet. Meanwhile, Madison Wright and the rest of her team can't be happy with the way this tug-of-war match just got started. Xander Slate eliminating Blake Virtue. And now Xander Slate going to be given about a minute to catch his breath. We're going to find out who's next to arrive for Team Madison Wright. It's not like that was an easy win for Xander Slate. He and Blake Virtue just beat the hell out of each other, and I'm sure his jaw is sore after eating that recoil. But let's find out who it's gonna be, baby. Oh, it is the tug-of-war MVP. It is the CMV Global Champion. It is the Ted. The Ted entering next for Team Madison Wright, the man who last year eliminated not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 members of the opposing team. him out early, I'm sure, for that exact reason. Team Jackson Wright takes the lead. Madison Wright telling Ted, all right, go tie things up. Give us the lead. If anyone can do it, anyone knows what it takes to do it. Is the CMV Global Champion, baby. Ted, lucky to even be coming out here tonight, to be participating in the tug-of-war match, to be standing on his own 2 feet. He was very nearly put on the shelf by the agent a couple weeks ago. Maybe a couple of seconds away from having his neck snap. Just like Ken Donahue back in Attack in Australia. But of course, it was Jason Spade who came to his aid. Now here we are, the tug-of-war match. And that Ted has vowed that he will do whatever he has to do to take down the company. Of course, the company aligning with Jackson Wright, that means the Ted was going to be lining up with Madison Wright. Maybe the Ted doesn't even necessarily care about what Madison has in store for the future of CMV. He just cares about taking down Xander Slate, about taking down Shay Hoxton, and about taking down his former tag team partner, his former friend, the agent. So here we go. The tug-of-war match continues. Xander Slate, who just eliminated Blake Virtue, and now the Ted taking his place. Ted gonna throw Xander Slate right into Poe. Okay. Interesting way to start this match. Ted putting Slate out onto the apron. Ted with a suicide spear! Well, at least it wasn't through a burning table. At least Xander Slate can be thankful about that, but can't be thankful about very much more. Staying on top of Slate. Ripcord forearm smash. Let's remember though, it's not falls count anywhere. And you can be eliminated by count out or disqualification, as we found out at the top of the show in the women's tug-of-war match. Ashley Riot and Riley Van Wilson counted out to be eliminated. Bullplex. Ted just content to throw Xander Slate all around the ringside area for now. Ted gets back into the ring, looking to tie things up here. Team Jackson Wright currently up 7-6. 21 by the Ted. Xander Slate gets right back up. He can't sell that. The disrespect. Look to the jaw though, spins Ted around, claps the temples, and Slate right into a waistlock. We're going to turn Ted around, taking him for a ride. Ooh, a power slam from the one-eyed man, which Ted takes on the chin like a champ, but not going to be getting right back up from that standing cutter. And now a body splash, trying to flatten Ted. Ted has been in the ring with Yosukai before, though, so he's probably built up a tolerance, man. When you've got a 500-pounder dropping down on top of you, a 264-pounder probably gonna feel pretty nice. Patch suplex by the CMV Global Champion. Tries to follow it up with a springboard moonsault, but it comes up just a bit short. We all make mistakes. Kick to the midsection. Hammerlock vertical suplex. Ted stomp to the arm, kick to the back. Just trying to keep Xander Slate off his feet as he goes up to the top rope. Oh man, that was perfect positioning as well, but Xander Slate getting out of the way. Not able to get out of harm's way though. Whoa, Ted with a springboard Pele kick. Okay, it's not too often that the Ted shows off his athleticism like that, but oh, Ted Buster! The Ted Buster might be it for Xander Slate here tonight. 1, 2. 'Tis not to be though. Ted trying to tell Poe, come on now, that was a 3 count, I heard it, but Poe saying, no sir. This match gonna continue. TED called by Slate, turned into a power slam. Slate still in the fight. Sets him up for a Kenka kick, but Ted knows Slate too well. Tries for a spinning back elbow. But a miss. Leave the door open for Xander Slate. Fisherman suplex, throwing him overhead. Clothesline by the CMV Global Champion, who has vowed, who has promised to take down the company. TED connecting this time. 1, 2. Does not lead to a 3 count for the Ted, though. Still not able to tie things up here. Stand on top of Xander Slate like white on rice. Kick to the back seems to only irritate. Xander Slate grabbing Ted by the beard. It is an immaculate beard. I'll give the Ted credit. I wish I had a beard like that. Xander Slate trying to rip it off. Hits that cross body. Ted a bit quicker though. Snapmare, kick to the face. Drops into a pin. Maybe the Ted a tad bit desperate. As he hooks the leg, it almost pays off though. 2.999. Xander Slate slowly to his feet. Another handspring Pele kick. Xander Slate seeing stars out of his one good eye. Clobbering Slate there. Another Ted Buster! A second Ted Buster connects. But the Ted not interested in going for the pin this time. Instead, the CMV Global Champion going to drag Xander Slate into the corner. We know what he's looking for here. Up on the top rope. Will it be a super duper gigantic mega T-E D? The Ted to tie things up. Flips him over. Hooks the leg. 1, 2, 3, and the Ted has done it. The Tug of War MVP tied things up. It is now 6-6 thanks to the Ted. Taking down the OG Dirty Heel, eliminating him 2 years in a row now. That's got to stick in the craw of the one-eyed man. Ted scoring the elimination, things all tied up once again. Now the Ted celebrating his victory, but he has not won the war. Who's to come out next for Team Jackson Wright? We don't have to wait long to find out. The Ted hype though, amped. Got that energy coursing through his veins, and the crowd here in Las Vegas, Nevada, certainly on his side. If not on the side of Team Madison Wright or Madison Wright herself, definitely behind the Ted. And look who it's gonna be. Big, big trouble for the CMV Global Champion, the Iranian Hulk, Czar, coming out next for Team Jackson Wright. Has been indestructible over the last few weeks. We remember what he did to Troy Colt before mob violence, throwing him off the loading dock through a table, and then defeated Troy Colt one-on-one just a couple nights ago on Octane. It was Hugo Steel and Czar decimating the Team of Andrew Briggs and Troy Colt. A whole lot of momentum behind Czar as he enters the tug of war match. Jackson Wright looking to stop Ted dead in his tracks. Not looking to let the Ted have another incredible run like he did last year. Here we go. The Ted, Czar immediately takes out not only the Ted, but Poe as well. Czar. His power. Matchup. Hard. Been around in CMV. He debuted, I believe, in the Hair of the Dog Battle Royal back in Unchained. So a few months, 3 months, maybe 4 months at this point. It's not been that long, but only recently, only this past month has Czar really, exploded onto the scene on Octane. Really? When he attacked Troy Colt, threw him off that loading dock. Picking up that shit, the season's coming to an end, you know, a little over a month left. I haven't really accomplished this as much as I want to, so now it's hard. Saying to hell with it, not waiting around for the opportunity. Tries for a stomp, Czar goes for a clothesline, did not get all of it though, and that's certainly good for the Ted. Ooh, cannonball senton. Classic Ted. Drops right into a side headlock. Headstand showing off Ted even when he's up against the man mountain Czar. Can't help himself. Has to have a little bit of fun. I don't think Czar knows the meaning of the word, though. Only knows the meaning of the word destruction. The only thing Czar likes on his dating app, on his Tinder profile, under likes, it's inflicting pain and agony. His best. Oh, psyching him out. Able to catch Czar with a DDT. But missing that stomp. Czar with a monkey flip. Okay, Czar. Don't think we've ever seen that from him before. He picks the Ted up. Met with a headbutt, though. And Ted gonna go for that moonsault. And this time, he connects with it. Look at that positioning. Ted. Taking it. What the fuck? Ted with an imploding Phoenix splash. Ted saying, hold my beer and watch this real quick. Well, I was saying before when Ted hit the springboard Pele kick, it's not too often Ted takes to the air, utilizes his athleticism, shows how agile he is, but man, he's popping off here in the tug of war. Trying to put a lid on him. That forward smash didn't even do anything but piss Czar off. Gonna turn him around in the corner. Czar going for a buckle bomb. This is a maneuver that can go very wrong very quickly. That has nearly ended careers. Oh, spinning back elbow by Ted. Just drops into the pin. A desperate pin attempt here perhaps by the CMV Global Champion. Desperation not gonna pay off. Ted trying to take the lead for T. Madison right. Sends our up for a T-E-D. Another elimination for Ted. 1, 2. Looking for another deep run in the tug of war match, but Ted freaking out that Czar kicked out of the TED. Now goes for a moonsault. Did he touch his toes midair? Credit where it's due. That was pretty awesome. Now the Ted Buster. Czar just can't catch a break here. Ted all over him. Another TED. 1, 2. No. Ted now having a bit of a fit. Czar just kicking out of the TED twice, essentially back to back, and now a kick to the side of the head. The Iranian Hulk gonna use his size to try and flatten Ted. Stepping on his lower back, showing off the 18-inch pythons, brother. He is swole. There's a reason his nickname is the Iranian Hulk. Just a crusading beast let loose on CMV. Ted now dropped out of the military press. Just walking around, Ted. Don't get up. You're not going to like what you see, brother. Going for the Michinoku driver, but Ted was ready for it. Ted obviously his homework prepared for Czar here tonight. Knee to the face. Another desperate pin. Another desperate pin that goes nowhere, though, for Ted. He ain't stopping. It's non-stop for the Ted here tonight. Oh, wait a second. Is he looking for the super TED? I think he was, but Czar wasn't about to have any of it. Czar walking Ted over to the ropes. Gives him a taste. Zaddy Czar, Michinoku driver connects almost nearly able to eliminate the Ted. Oh, but he's not finished. Zaddy Czar with the Czar hug, trying to squeeze whatever life is left out of the Ted, squeezing and squeezing and squeezing. But Ted does not tap. However, what does he have left? Oh, apparently he's got a lot left. Springboard moonsault, Czar getting out of the way barely. Tries to take advantage. Throwing Ted overhead, ragdolling him. Czar tries to go to the midsection, Ted with a cheeky jab, and again, kick to the knee, blow to the midsection, Northern Lights suplex, Ted floating over, hoisting up the massive Czar for a brainbuster. Ted not taking his foot off the pedal. Ted Buster! Into the pin. 1, 2, 3. Ted has done it. 2 eliminations for the Ted. And now Madison Wright and her team have taken the lead. 6-5. The Tug of War MVP doing what he does best here at Validation. Eliminating Xander Slate and now eliminating the mighty Czar. And you can see that the effects of this matchup are starting to catch up with the Ted. He's not as jubilant as he was before. He's feeling the pain that Czar just inflicted upon him. And now he's got to wait to see who's coming out next. Our main event here at Validation is far from over, friends. The tug of war match continues. Jackson Wright trying to figure out who he wants to send out next. And it's gonna be the hell out. Let loose here at Validation. And this is actually something low-key I was hoping we were gonna see. The 2 tug of war MVPs. Yes, MVP versus MVP, because Hunter Quinn had a hell of a run himself in a previous tug of war match, eliminating multiple opponents, much like the Ted last year. Now the Ted eliminating both Xander Slate and Czar, looking to be stopped by the Intercontinental Champion, Hunter Quinn. Jackson Wright realized, okay, can't afford to play around with your boy the Ted. Time to send out a heavy hitter. Friendless Hunter Quinn every single friendship that he has built over the last couple of years here in CMV, all for his own personal gain, but I love it. Hunter Quinn finally looking out for numero uno. Here tonight looking to continue to gain favor with Jackson Wright as he hopes to stop the Ted from going on another rampage like last year's tug-of-war match. Here we go. Poe rings the bell. Ted immediately with a kick to the midsection. We know Ted tired at this point. He had a couple of minutes there to catch his breath while Jackson Wright was trying to figure out who he wants to send down to the ring next. It's Hunter Quinn, as we can well see. Ted gonna grab him by the head, dragging him over to the corner. First off the top turnbuckle, doesn't seem to phase the Intercontinental Champion very much though. Reverse DDT down onto the knee. Very rough is Hunter Quinn. There's really nothing pretty about his offense. It's all nasty. Into it. Thought he was going to go for a half Boston Crab, but actually a knee bar. And Ted's so close to the bottom rope, he ain't going to get there, and he knows that he's able to break himself free though. Well, it looks like, even though that knee bar was only locked in a couple of seconds, it did its job. Ted, yeah, gonna try to protect his fingers here. We know Hunter Quinn loves to enjoy himself a middle of the match snack. Well, it's up to the Intercontinental Champion here to tie things up again. Currently, Team Madison Wright leading 6-5. If Ted makes another elimination here, it's going to be tough. It's not going to be impossible. Look what Keo did earlier tonight, but it's going to be tough for Team Jackson Wright to make a comeback. Hunter Quinn punches to the side of the head. Decided at long last, I'm going to start fighting for myself. I'm going to stop fighting for my friends, wasting all this time when they don't even really care about me and what I want. Deciding to join forces with Jackson Wright, becoming the new right-hand man. And it's already paid off for him. Defeating Jeremy Barmore back at Mob Violence to become Intercontinental Champion. And of course, this past episode of Shockwave put down Johnny Cloudcutter at long last in that no-holds-barred match. Once again, taking Cloudcutter out of commission. Another imploding Phoenix Splash by the Ted. He actually does connect. I didn't think he was going to be able to connect with that. But the moonsault out of the corner. Tries to go low. Ted Buster! Is the Ted actually going to do it, man? Maybe looking to break his own personal record. The rest of Team Madison Wright hanging out in the locker room right now, hoping they don't even have to put on their wrestling boots. Ted has Hunter Quinn set up with a super mega gigantic T-E-D. Hunter Quinn, the best bet for Jackson right here. 1, 2, almost eliminated. Ted damn near dumbfounded. Hunter Quinn already back to his feet too. See, this is how wild Hunter Quinn is. Wholly unpredictable in every single way as he transitions into a crossface. I've seen Hunter Quinn win matches with this before. But the Ted not going to become another victim. And busting Hunter Quinn open as well with that punch. Not good for the Intercontinental Champion. Good for the Ted, who goes for a death row. That back suplex dropped into a kick. This is what happens when you take a tug-of-war MVP and put him against another tug-of-war MVP. Ted maybe looking for another imploding Phoenix Splash. No, waiting for Hunter Quinn to get to his feet. Looking for the go-around. Hunter Quinn catches him and drops him into an alley-oop. I was low-key hoping he would hit the Jaeger bomb there. I would have marked out a little bit, not going to lie. But what a great reversal by Quinn. Ted? What has gotten into the Ted tonight, bro? He's just flying around the ring. Springboards, fucking imploding Phoenix Splash. Goes for another pin after that back suplex. Hunter Quinn bleeding, still not able to eliminate. Intercontinental Champion. Stiff clothesline. Hunter Quinn lets out a little woo! Feeling himself now as he hits that vintage release Tiger Bomb of his. Is that finally going to be at the end of the TED here at Validation in the tug of war match? No, it is not. The passion of the TED never ceasing to amaze, but Hunter Quinn remaining on the attack, looking for the Psycho Drilla. Hooks the leg. 1, 2, 3, and it's finally too much for the TED to endure as Hunter Quinn ties things up again. 5-5 here at Validation in the tug of war match. Once again, it's all tied up as the Hellhound takes out a big time member of Team Madison Wright. Sent the TED out early, hoping that he would go on a run like he did last year, and he nearly did. 2 eliminations by the TED. Hunter Quinn looking for another onslaught in the tug of war match. So who is Madison Wright going to send out now? Hunter Quinn busted open. He's looking rough. It appears to be Troy Cole? No! It's Dante Tatum! The Catalyst, Dante Tatum, here tonight at Validation. Here's another man who doesn't really, I believe, care about the future of CMV as it pertains to Jackson Wright or as it pertains to Madison Wright. Dante Tatum only wants one thing, and that's to avenge Ken Donahue. That's to avenge Chain Reaction. Jackson Wright spending the last few months unapologetically, relentlessly trying to tear down Chain Reaction. Finally, he got his way. An attack on Australia when he disgustingly ordered the agent to snap Ken Donahue's neck. After that, the betrayal. Richard Delaney stabbing Dante Tatum in the back at Mob Violence. Chain Reaction was no more, but Dante Tatum still stands, and the Catalyst will not rest until he takes Jackson Wright down and makes him pay for what he did. Dante Tatum. Hunter Quinn going to continue the tug of war match. Dante Tatum, I'm sure, gonna like the chance to put hands on Hunter Quinn here, because remember, this past episode of Octane, it was supposed to be Johnny Cloudcutter and Dante Tatum challenging the SNS Connection for the Unified World Tag Team Championship, but thanks to Hunter Quinn beating Johnny Cloudcutter in that no-holds-barred match this past episode of Shockwave, putting Cloudcutter on the shelf again, Dante had to scramble and find himself a replacement partner. Of course, he did in the end, Brandon Ace. Hunter Quinn, the remaining tug-of-war match MVP. Good start, but Tatum quickly gonna sweep him off his feet. Standing shooting star press. Runs over to the top rope. Dante Tatum, a little piece of me there thought maybe, just maybe for a second, he would look for the 6-star frog splash, but no! Waits for Hunter Quinn to get to his feet, to the face with that drop kick, and lifts him up for a reverse DDT. Hunter Quinn fights out of it. That's a tough position to fight out of, too. A couple of knees to the face do the trick. The future of CMV hangs in the balance. It's our main event here at Validation, live from Las Vegas, Nevada. The tug of war match, the biggest in CMV history. Hunter Quinn gets himself back into the ring, stays on top of Dante Tatum, throws him into the corner. Numerous Open palm slaps to the chest of the Catalyst. I don't call him the bastard anymore. I think Dante Tatum has truly turned a new leaf. Really, he was forced to. But now I respect Dante Tatum. I respect what he's fighting for. Fighting for Ken Donahue. Fighting for Perry Heenan. Fighting for Chain Reaction. That's all he cares about now. Taking Jackson Wright down, taking down anyone who aligns themselves with Jackson Wright. Combination by Dante Tatum. Quick kicks into a package powerbomb. Tatum sees the opening, goes back up to the top rope, and Hunter Quinn, lickety split to his feet, able to, oh no, I guess he did get caught with that double axe handle. Don't think that's exactly how Dante Tatum was intending for that maneuver to be executed, but certainly not how he wanted that move to be executed. The springboard nothing gives Hunter Quinn his chance to retake control. Retake control he does. Some stabbing stomps to the chest now from side control. Remember, Hunter Quinn still bleeding, busted open by the Ted. He's looking to make Dante Tatum bleed, perhaps. Kick to the midsection. The Hellhound doing all that he can to take the lead for Team Jackson Wright. Currently sits at 5-5. Still got a locker room full of individuals watching what exactly the future of CMV is going to look like. Will it be led by the tyrannical Jackson Wright, or will it be led by the hopeful Madison Wright after the release Tiger Bomb? Hunter Quinn going for the pin, trying to make a second elimination, but unable to do so. However, Dante Tatum slowly getting to his feet. Hunter Quinn licking his lips. He can taste the blood as he looks for the Psycho Driller. Into the pin. Can he do it? 1, 2, 3. Oh! That was not a 3 count. I myself got a little bit overzealous there. Hunter Quinn, frustrated, goes back to side control. More punches. Dante Tatum's eating him with a grain of salt, keeping himself in the fight as he pulls at the arm of the Intercontinental Champion. Setting him up again for that lifting reverse DDT. This time he hits it. And Tatum wanting to make up for that botch springboard before, but this time Hunter Quinn gets out of the way. But Dante, so fast, man. Off his back, he's dangerous. Catching Hunter Quinn with that Hurricane Rana. Now Hunter trying to take him for a ride. Dante Tatum escapes, drops down behind, reverse DDT. From the standing position, moonsault middle of the ring. Hunter Quinn back up in the blink of an eye, just throwing Tatum all over. Oh, and here we go. Hunter Quinn hungry, refueling himself by taking a bite out of Dante Tatum's finger. Responds to Tatum by again pulling at the arm of the Intercontinental Champion. Dante hitting another lifting reverse DDT, goes out onto the apron. Up to the top rope, looking for the double axe handle. This time, Hunter Quinn meets him with a punch to the gut. Kick to the side of the head. Tatum sees his opening and he takes it with that standing shooting star press. And now shades of his protege, Brandon Ace, with the 24-karat knee. Two of them so nearly becoming the new Unified World Tag Team Champions a couple of nights ago on Octane. Hunter Quinn thrown out of the corner. Of course, the other half of the Unified World Tag Team Champions, Shay Hoxton, still poised to participate in this tug-of-war match as Dante hit him from the corner, hits the Decapitatum into the cover as quickly as he can. 1, 2 to put Team Madison Wright back in the lead, but Hunter Quinn, hard-headed, literally not done. Is Dante Tatum looking for the heavyweight pop-up powerbomb. Quinn counters with a Hurricane Rana right into a second release Tiger Bomb. not put down the resilient Dante Tatum, but Hunter Quinn is not a man to waste time going for another psycho drill at Dante Tatum. Sees it coming this time though. Eyes in the back of his head. Superman form smash and a kip up to the corner. Dante Tatum looking again for the decapitate him, but Hunter Quinn able to step back. Not looking to have his head taken off. Dragging Tatum into the corner. Gives him a taste of the top turnbuckle. Gets them all caught up in the ropes. Hunter Quinn blood covering his forehead as he takes another bite out of the finger of Dante Tatum. And now he looks again for the Psycho Driller Numero Dos. Hooks the leg, 1, 2. But snack time wasn't enough. A second Psycho Driller wasn't enough. Sweep the leg by Dante Tatum. Another 24 carat knee. Fights this Tatum. Fights for Ken Donahue, for Perry Heenan, for Chain Reaction. Fights for the future of CMV. A future free of Jackson Wright. Finally hits the double axe handle after a third attempt, but it's not going to be enough to keep down the Hellhound. Tadpole splash by Dante Tatum to his signature standing moonsault. Hunter Quinn just getting absolutely smothered right now by the Catalyst. Another 24 carat knee. Kick to the side of the head, kick to the midsection, forearm smash goes out to the arm. Hunter Quinn though stops him with a forearm smash. And now gonna quickly throw Dante out onto the apron, perhaps just trying to give himself a chance to catch his breath, perhaps not. Hunter Quinn back suplex, dropping Dante Tatum on the apron. The hardest part of the ring, as we all well know. Snack time, one more time. Hunter Quinn not just looking for a nibble, looking to bite off Dante's finger here, I think. Hunter Quinn just gonna take his time, getting back into the ring. No rush here. He's just staring at Dante Tatum on the outside, guys, who's just napping. Tries to shake it off, man. Tries to stay in this fight, but how much fight does he have left? Hunter Quinn gonna catch him as he gets back into the ring. No clean ring entry to be had here. Up into the fireman's carry position. Dante Tatum escaping with some elbows to the jaw. To the knee, spins around. German suplex countered by Dante Tatum mid-air. And Dante looking for his own driller. The Dante driller, but Hunter Quinn stalls. Clothesline, and Quinn with a third, what's gotta be final. Dante down for the count. Psycho Driller does him in. Hunter Quinn eliminates the Catalyst. And again, Team Jackson Wright takes the lead 5-4. As the Hellhound has been let loose. Taking out the Ted, and now taking out a game Dante Tatum. Bloodied, but still standing. Hunter Quinn looking to go on another impressive run here tonight at Validation. 3. It took 3. Hunter Quinn hitting the Psycho Driller 3 times, but finally able to keep Dante Tatum down. And looking like he hasn't just gone through 2 hard-hitting matches. Who's going to be next for Team Madison Wright? Is 5-4 here at Validation. Our main event, the future of CMV on the line. Gonna be Jeremy Barnwar, who's gotta be salivating at the chance to get hands on Hunter Quinn here tonight. This is exactly what Jeremy Barmore was hoping for, baby. The workhorse with another opportunity to punish his former tag team partner, his former friend who turned on him, betrayed him, took his Intercontinental Championship back at Mob Violence. Barmore looking like a man on a mission as he makes his way to the ring. Hunter Quinn eliminated the Ted. He eliminated Dante Tatum. But can he take out a fresh, and more importantly, a pissed off Jeremy Barmore? Not excited about this. I can just tell by the look on his face as he stands at ringside. The tug of war match continues. Currently in the lead, Team Jackson Wright. It's 5-4. Jeremy Barmore looks to tie it up again as the bell rings, and immediately Barmore, spinning Quinn around, puts him up into the electric chair position, turned into a sit-out power bomb. That's the power, ingenuity of Jeremy Barmore. A simple stomp to the face follows it up. And look at Barmore, man. Yeah, he's been daydreaming about this. Putting Hunter Quinn in his place. Ring around the rosy, just stomping on every part of Hunter Quinn's body. Now into a deadlift, running power slam. Hunter Quinn just getting brutalized by his former tag team partner here. Tries to come back with a clothesline. Barmore not having it though. Now he's up against the ropes with Hunter Quinn. Nice reversal to send Barmore down to the outside. Quinn stepping back like, God damn, let me catch my breath for a second. He wasn't ready for what Jeremy Barmore was cooking, what he brought to the table. Hammer fist as he gets back into the ring. Back suplex by the tug of war match MVP. Already eliminating the Ted. Able to eliminate Dante Tatum. Can he further give Team Jackson Wright the lead here at Validation? Or can Barmore tie things up again? Just gotta be careful not to let his emotions get the better of him. We talk about it all the time. You gotta keep your emotions in check, especially in a massive matchup like this with so many implications. The very future CMV at stake. Great reversal by Hunter Quinn there. Pele kick to the back of the head. Comes at Barmore with an elevated single knee backbreaker. And then has himself a little bit of a nibble. Biting off Jeremy Barmore's nail. Disgusting. Butterflies suplex. Hunter Quinn. Busted open. Oh, going for that release Tiger Bomb. Jeremy Barmore shoots for a clothesline. German suplex, so you can tell how well these two know each other. Friends for a long time. Tag team partners. Another bite out of Barmore's fingy. Hunter Quinn looks to again upset Jeremy Barmore like he did at Mob Violence, taking his Intercontinental Championship. Hunter Quinn, Jeremy Barmore says, selling out, selling his soul for championship gold, betraying his friends, betraying everything he believed in for a bag, for a better position on the card. Barmore, oof, dropped on his neck. Quinn knows what he's doing here. Maybe Hunter Quinn, desperate, gonna try to score an elimination by countout. Now Barmore on top of the barricade right now. Hey, like I said before, man, the barricade is the MVP of the night, I think. Everyone has been using it as a weapon. Like Hunter Quinn right there, tries to go for a knee bar, only has it locked in for a few brief moments though. Barmore able to escape, shakes it off, and throws Hunter Quinn back into the squared circle. Remember, you can only eliminate someone by pinfall or submission in the ring. Oh, Quinn immediately meets him though, looking for the fairy tale ending. Jeremy Barmore throws him overhead, saying, not so fast, playa. Instead, how about you eat this? Barmore to belly! Hooks the leg. 1, 2, 3, and just like that, all tied up again. Jeremy Barmore dispatches of the Hellhound and it is 4-2-4. Main event of Validation, Tug of War. Jackson Wright, Madison Wright, brother, sister, for the future of CMV. Jeremy Barmore tying things up again. It is back to 4-4 as Barmore celebrates a big elimination. Jackson Wright thinking, who's he gonna send out next? Don't celebrate too hard now, Jeremy. It has been a wild night, plagued by a few technical difficulties. I think the age of just like good old times, playing around in the production truck, but the tug of war match continues, and Jackson Wright knowing exactly what he's doing here as he sends out the traitor, the company man, Richard Delaney, to try and once again take the lead for Team Jackson Wright. And of course we all know the history between Richard Delaney and Jeremy Barmore. Hell, they just fought each other earlier this week on Shockwave. What a match it was. Barmore victorious in the end. Jackson Wright trying to give Delaney a chance to get that win back here when it matters most in the tug of war match. Delaney saying himself earlier this week he feels as though he's been letting the company down the last couple of weeks with these losses that he's been taking. He says that at Validation in the tug of war match, I will prove my worth to the company. I will not make them regret their decision. Richard Delaney, the bastard now, as Poe rings the bell. Jeremy Barmore just getting done with Hunter Quinn. Now has to come face to face with another arch rival. 2 men in the ring, 6 men still in the back. 3 for Jackson Wright, 3 for Madison Wright, and the rest of the locker room. Got a report a little bit earlier, maybe 20 minutes ago, that the rest of the roster has gathered to watch our main event here. That's because the future of CMV is at stake. That's what's being fought for here at Validation. It's no joke, it's no lie, it's no over-exaggeration. CMV will go one of 2 ways after tonight. Will it go the way of Jackson Wright, or will it go the way of Madison Wright? Barmore with a very quick headbutt there. Dropping down onto Delaney. Now a boot to the face. Richard Delaney, not exactly a incredibly handsome man to begin with, but it looks like Jeremy Barmore attempted to disfigure the traitor into a modified crossface. Richard Delaney easily able to escape with a knee to the back of the head and a punch between the eyes. corner now, smashing him off the turnbuckles, and Barmore with his power. Richard Delaney might be shorter, but he's thick. Not exactly easy to just be tossing him around. Jeremy Barmore doing just that, though. Yeeting Delaney overhead, another headbutt. Yeah, every time I think Jeremy Barmore, when he hits that headbutt, I think he like slips. Now it's Richard Delaney's turn, evidently, to showcase his strength. Takes the arm of Jeremy Barmore, smashes it off the canvas, and here's the maneuver that Jeremy Barmore used just earlier this week on Shockwave to tap out Richard Delaney, the Dragon Sleeper, but Delaney not about to be punked out twice in a row, fighting free. Now he tosses Barmore out onto the apron, but brings him right back in, and not gently. Section by Barmore, Barmore to belly! Barmore to belly out of nowhere, 1, 2! Does not get the 3 count though. Unable to take the lead for Team Madison Wright. This time he's gonna miss the headbutt. See, he did it too many times. Richard Delaney was ready for it. Captures, suplex, throws him overhead. That's why Barmore is so dangerous for someone his size, for someone as powerful as he is. He can also just come out of nowhere, man, like he did with that Barmore to belly. Richard Delaney mowing down Barmore. It's like a brick wall running at you. Like a Sherman tank. Same can be said about the workhorse, though. Thinking about his next move. Hopefully he doesn't think too long, though. Delaney up into a power bomb. Deadlift. I think as a wise man once said pretty appropriately, 2 absolute hogs slapping meat in that ring right now. As they have many, many times, and more often than not, Barmore has been the victor. Just as he was earlier this week on Shockwave. Couple of elbows to the midsection. Delaney with that choke slam he's been using lately. That's a lot of weight to get up and back down again. Now a barrage of elbows across the chest, one after the other. Delaney catching Barmore for a tour of the islands. It is all Richard Delaney right now. Fisherman's driver, he's just throwing everything at Jeremy Barmore. Love that shooting star headbutt. Delaney from the corner, and we know what he's looking for, looking to split Jeremy Barmore in 2 with the interceptor. Hooks the leg, 1, 2 to take the lead for Team Jackson Wright, but Barmore with about a millisecond to spare, keeping his head above the water, but he is definitely drifting into the deep end. Fights out of that attempted belly to belly, I'm not sure. Now he's got Delaney in the corner, and Barmore, are you looking for a super TED? No, but he is looking to throw Richard Delaney off the top rope. And wait a second, what the hell? Backstage, guys, it appears, is that Czar and Troy Colt currently in a scuffle backstage. It appears as though the Czar, upset with his elimination earlier in the match, taking it out on his rival Troy Colt, who has yet to enter the tug-of-war match for Team Madison Wright. Troy Colt, though, fighting back, not going to be caught off guard like he was a few weeks ago. Back into the ring where it matters, guys. The tug-of-war match in process, and Jeremy Barmore looking for another Barmore to belly. 1, 2. Richard Gelady denying Jeremy Barmore after hitting a second Barmore belly. These two completely unaware of what's happening backstage near the parking lot. Czar and Troy Cole beating the hell out of each other. Probably a good thing that they don't know. Otherwise, they might try and go to help their respective allies. What matters is what happens in that ring. Richard Gelady been hit with the Barmore to belly twice. He can't be hit a third time. Well, barely anyone survives one Barmore to belly. Certainly not going to be kicking out of a third. Look how Gelady is walking Jeremy Barmore around the block right now. Interceptor! Interceptor a second time! Gelady just flipping the switch. 1, 2. Neither man willing to give the other the satisfaction of taking them out here in this tug-of-war match. Luthez press by the workhorse, raining down rights. Stopping on the arm, sets Richard Gelady up for that modified crossface. And again, Jeremy Barmore's got Richard Gelady in a bad way. Middle of the ring, nowhere to go. Gelady's got to get out of this on his own. His bare knee going to connect with the back of Barmore's head. Punch to the face. Both men back to their feet. Gelady trying to be the quicker Irish whip into the corner. Showing off his wrestling ability. Belly to belly suplex, just throwing Barmore clean across the ring. And now the shoulder claw of doom. Debilitating maneuver. You might not think so by looking at it, but Richard Gelady squeezing on the pressure point. Gets out of it. Does the workhorse. Putting Gelady in the corner. Looking him on a much needed comeback right now. Body splash. Followed up by the Snake Eyes, but Barmore ain't done yet. He's like a runaway train right now. Big boot, and finally a thunderous leg drop. Hooks the leg to finally eliminate Richard Gelady here. Take the lead for Team Madison Wright, but no. Jeremy Barmore cannot keep Richard Gelady down here, man, no matter what he tries. Kick under the knee. Richard Gelady now has Jeremy Barmore up in the air. Slams him down with a powerbomb. Doing his best Bison impression here. Hooks the leg. 1, 2. 1 powerbomb, 2 powerbomb, 3 powerbomb. Doesn't get the 1, 2, 3 for Richard Gelady though. Another interceptor. But Barmore able to leapfrog him. And that's going to lead into a third. Barmore to belly. 1, 2. What? What? I'm glad I didn't say I would eat my shorts if Richard Gelady kicked out of a third Barmore to belly. I don't have any shorts left here, man. I'm in my briefs right now. Richard Gelady kicking out of the Barmore to belly 3 times. And look at Barmore. He's like, nah-uh. I won't accept this. A 4th Barmore to belly, but Gelady sees it coming. Avoids it like his life is on the line. Back suplex. Bring Barmore up to his feet into a dominator position. Yokosuka cutter. Gelady tries to go for a stomp. Barmore quick to throw him down with a tilt-a-whirl slam. Barmore scratching his head. What do I gotta do, man? I've beaten this man before multiple times, but I just can't seem to do it here tonight. And Richard Gelady not gonna give him the chance to hit a 4th Barmore to belly, a 3rd interceptor, hooks the leg, 1, 2, 3, and Richard Gelady finally eliminating Jeremy Barmore. And Team Jackson Wright in the lead once again, 4-3. As the traitor takes down the workhorse. An elimination that's gotta feel real good for Rick Delaney. I want to know what the hell's going on backstage, though, between the Czar and Troy Colt. It cut away before we got a definitive ending. Battling each other, but keeping the action on what matters, I suppose. Oh, here we go. We're taken backstage, and apparently these two have been fighting the whole time. Czar now has a steel chair, and he's just absolutely destroying Troy Colt.